What's going on, Mother Truckers? Today we got a great interview with a friend of mine. You know, owns a company. I don't know if you can see the shirt right there, but please introduce yourself to the people.
Dean Friday Trucking. How's it going, Alex?
Hey, we're hanging out. We had some Cuban food today.
Great breakfast,
Thank you. Relaxing. Got bit by some mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Get that South Florida blood going, right?
Right.
And you know, I appreciate you for doing this interview. I know we're in a time that's very different in this trucking market.
It is, yeah.
And so I thought it'd just be great to talk to somebody that's has their blood, sweat, and tears in this, pretty much this trucking world. So,
yeah.
You know, tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, right now we're running 14 trucks. I own 10, have 2 lease purchase guys that I'm selling trucks to. It's, you know, we run food grade, meat and cheese specialty stuff out of Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois, down here to Florida and over into Arizona some. We've pretty much done that the whole time, and then produce or seafood or whatever going back up out. That's what we try and keep the trucks moving.
And so, you know, the question I want to ask you is, we know a lot of people are struggling right now as an owner-operator.
Yeah.
You know, any advice for these people? Because I know that the type of equipment you run is extremely nice equipment.
Right.
And that's not cheap to run.
No, none of it is. I mean, the plastic trucks, like everybody says, whatever, that, you know, they're a little more fuel efficient, but they're not that much more fuel efficient. You know, the biggest thing is you got to keep the wheels moving now. That's tough sometimes. You know, there's no loyalty from a lot of shippers and receivers. They want the freight hauled for as cheap as they can. You know, so that's part of the swing in the market that's terrible right now. Fuel's high, freight's low, and they keep dropping the freight rates. So you got to sort of stick your ground, pick a number that you're going to be a little bit okay with right now, and just keep hammering it out. Hustle till your haters ask if you're hiring. You know, my company shirt says that, but literally you got to just keep hustling. You know, got to have good support group behind you.
Would you say right now is more or less a survival mode?
It is. I think even the big companies, you know, you talk to their CEOs like you have, they're saying the same thing. You know, they're trying to keep the wheels moving, you know, keep that income coming. And it unfortunately, it is almost a survival mode. You know, you got to keep hammering.
No, I hear you, brother. You know, and so for somebody that's brand new that wants to get into this industry right now, or has been in just for a few years only, would you recommend being an owner-operator or a company driver in this market?
Well, the smart bet is go company driver, to be honest with you. You know, you don't have as much on the line. You know, I mean, I've only owned my company 7 years. I started it 7 years ago, and we're at 14 trucks that are working with us in partnership or that I own. And, you know, it's a struggle for everybody, from me all the way down to them. You know, I mean, I take as little from the drivers as I possibly can to keep them fed, to keep their families going. You know, everything is expensive. You know, everybody knows that. The only thing that isn't going up is our freight rates, you know.
I know. So
maintenance costs are, you know, some shops are over $200 an hour now, you know. So it's penny pinching out here right now.
No, I hear that. So, you know, with that said, any last advice for just anyone that's just trying to make it in this industry right now?
Yeah, my advice, like I said, is just you got to pick a number, you know, whatever your rate per mile that you have to know your math to know what it costs you to run these trucks. You know, whether it be a 589, 389, or whether it be, you know, whatever. You've got to know what your running expenses are overall, what your dollar per mile is, and you've got to make a profit. You can't take that 98 cents a mile freight or 85 cent a mile freight that some of these places are offering right now. You just can't do it. You got to have a number, and you got to stick to it.
I love that, you know. And talking about that, man, I mean, I've seen this truck before, but for the people that haven't, I mean, you mind us doing a little breakdown? I know you're like, it's a little dirty.
Yeah, it is. It's a working truck, you know. I mean, this thing's got 591,000 miles on it now.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, you know, let's talk about this. Let's walk around and tell us the specs on this.
So it's a 2017 389 glider kit. It's got a 12.7 Detroit in it that's lightly.
We gotta pop that. Come on.
It's lightly massaged. You know, it's pushing out about 630 horse.
That'll get you up a hill.
Yeah, definitely. 18-speed transmission.
I see the shirt now.
Yep.
Yeah.
355 rear gear, so it's it's set up to be able to pull a hill, as well as do it every day of the week. That's why the motor's not crazy. It's just got a different cam and a different turbo on it that give it that extra horsepower. It's a 500 horse Detroit.
Man, so these Series 60s, man, what makes them so iconic?
Oh, they're just bulletproof. They've been around so long, you just can't hardly kill one, I mean, this is a 98 block in this truck. And when I ordered it from Fitzgerald, I had them put all brand new parts in it, none of the reman stuff. So that's a big difference back then was, the durability actually was making sure you put new parts in them.
I know. I hear you. And, I'll send a clip of this to Tommy because Tommy and I are good friends.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's been bulletproof. I got two of them that are Fitzgeralds, and they're both the same way, both bulletproof motors. The only thing I had to do was change the cam in it, and that was just a cam issue itself, nothing to do with anybody. They were just a soft cam. So then we went with a Marine 800 horse cam in them. Changed them up a little bit.
Nah, it looks good. Nah, it's perfect. And then, how's your interior looking these days, sir?
We did a little bit of...
Look at that. Not bad for a work truck.
Easy Pete interior. Ingrid Brown actually won that when she was working for me for a little bit there before she got hit with COVID so bad. And she won it, and we put it in. She was driving this truck for me, and then with her COVID that she got, she couldn't continue, where she was at. She had to take almost a year off. So we left it in the truck.
It's beautiful, brother.
Thanks.
When it comes down to it, a lot of times people go, what's with it with the guys that like the large car type of lifestyle? What is it a preference, or can it potentially make you more money?
Both. I like the ride of a longer wheelbase truck. It doesn't beat you up as much. And as far as making you more money, people say chrome don't get you home, but it can keep you loaded. I've noticed that over my career. They see a pretty truck come in, shippers and receivers do, and they start requesting you, believe it or not. So I mean,
it's your calling card. It really is.
It is, yeah. It can help keep you loaded sometimes, having clean equipment and nice equipment.
That's cool.
I'm not even saying all the chrome, but, you see these trucks coming in that look like they haven't been washed in 6 years. It doesn't give a good image outright to the shippers and receivers.
What else we got going on here, Dean?
So it's a 2019 Great Dane, ice cream spec'd. I spec'd out the trailer myself with J.J. Mosier when he was at Thermo King and Jim Hawk Truck Trailer. And so it's got extra insulation, all that kind of stuff, because I haul ice cream also.
Oh, nice.
And the S700 unit, it'll pull like minus 20, minus 23 and 110 degree heat.
Oh my gosh. So
yeah, empty.
So speaking of that, then, for anyone getting the reefer game, you always hear different brand names, Thermo Kings and things like that.
Right.
When it comes to the actual reefer unit, what one would you recommend for a driver to go with?
Well, I'm a little partial. I used to work for Thermo King as a mechanic, so I always pump my Thermo Kings. I've always had really good luck with them. They're reliable, breakdown service. They're Johnny on the spot when you call a Thermo King and say, hey, I'm stuck here. I need this thing worked on immediately. They always have somebody call out. I just think they're a super dependable unit.
No, that's perfect. And for some education for the reefer side here, what's a big no-no in the reefer game that you learned out the hard way?
Not checking on your unit, probably, if you're sitting somewhere for a weekend under a load. Never happened to me, but I know some guys where, they didn't check on them for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And they come back and they're coated out and lost loads.
Oh, man.
So even if you have time off, you got to keep an eye on these units. You got to kind of babysit them. This one, I can connect it to Wi-Fi. I have chosen not to do that yet, but you can actually change the temperatures, monitor the system from your phones now on these new Thermo Kings.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah.
No, that's
so
good.
that takes some of that headache out of it.
You know, at the end of this, you know, we're talking some business sense. We're talking a little reefer, a little trucking. You know, anything you want to leave this interview with?
Oh no, not really. I mean, you know, just everybody's got to, you know, be patient out here anymore. You know, you got to work hard and stay at it. That's the key right now, survival mode. You know, everybody's frustrated, everybody's upset, but you can't take it out on each other out here.
I love that. No, I appreciate that. No, that's perfect. And we're good. No,
all right.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
What's going on with the truckers? We got big news here. Mother Trucker, Big Rig Tees, One of a Kind Customs. We're gonna be at the Texas Trucking Show June 24th and 5th. Do not miss this for the world. I mean, for all the truck drivers out there, over 15,000 drivers came last year. And I'm telling you, it's free for all of y'all. All you got to do is just hit the links down below and register, and you can come just for free. It's out here at the Nrg Center in Houston, and we're going to have a good time. For exhibitors, there's still a couple booths left, so don't miss out on that. And if you want to bring your show truck, it's free to register as well. The Texas Trucking Show, they take care of our drivers. They make pretty much everything free for the driver. And just come and enjoy this event. We're going to see you there. Don't miss it, June 24th and 5th.